Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Warner and I want to welcome you to today's video, where I'll be going over the basics of using your embossing folders on the Journey Platinum machine. So this is what our embossing folder looks like. The Fun Stampers Journey logo is at the top, so when you're looking at it from this direction, see if I can catch that in there, yeah, right like that, this is what your paper is going to look like embossed. When you open it up, you're going to see there is a portion that has a raised part and an indented part. And when you put your cardstock together and they get sandwiched together, the pressure of the machine crushes the cardstock into this shape. So the plates we're going to use is your magnetic platform, the tan embossing mat, and one of your orange cutting plates. So we're going to set aside the other plates. All right, so we're going to put a piece of cardstock in between the folder, and we're going to layer the magnetic platform, the tan embossing mat on top, and you're going to top it with the cutting plate, and you're going to run it through. And the rollers and the handle on this machine do go both ways, so it's suitable for a left-handed or a right-handed crafter. So now we're going to open it up, and you're going to see that sometimes your tanning mat will stick to your embossing folder, especially as it gets used more. This right now is a clean and really smooth one. Don't worry about it, the shape bounces right back. And here we have our embossed cardstock. So the top is the flower raising up, and the underneath side is where it is pressed down. So once you have your embossed cardstock, there's a couple things you can do with it. Here's an example of, I took some pan pastels and I lightly dusted them over the flower. And you can actually ink your folders. So what you would do is you're going to open up your folder and you're going to take your ink pad and you're going to lightly tap it on the raised portion. When you put your cardstock in, it's going to smash the ink on the indented side. So you can see the difference here. Here I've sponged on the embossed side, the raised side, and here I have inked on the indented side. And here's another example of that I did with the holiday trees. So this one I took the ink pad and I lightly dusted it, and here I inked the folder. Now, you can emboss lots of other materials. Here's an example of our vellum. So this looked really pretty embossed. Here's an example of our Clearview sheets, and this can be really cool. And don't forget about your patterned paper. That's fun to emboss. But because our patterned paper is two-sided, you are going to want to place it into your folder carefully. So for instance, if I want the solid part showing in my project, I'm going to make sure that you've got your folder face up. When you open it, you're going to put your cardstock in, or your patterned paper in, so that the side you want on your project is touching the label on the folder. And then when you're finished, it will look like this. And I actually have a card here that just shows an example of, this is an example of using the Yummy Dots embossing folder, and we used it as a background here. So there's a lot of things you can do with your embossing folders, and they're pretty easy to use. So I hope this video was helpful and I've inspired you to use your embossing folders. Thanks for watching, and be sure to enjoy the journey.